Shout out, first of all, to my friends G-Man, Beckel, Matthew 419, and even Bible Thumping Wingnut. Bible Thumping Wingnut, I was just watching one of your recent, I guess was it your podcast, where you had on Matt Slick and Matt DILIHUNTY. And I was perplexed. About what Matt DILIHUNTY said when he said that he does not know what it would take for him to be convinced of the existence of God. And I'm thinking to myself, boy, most of the atheists and strong agnostics and so forth that I talk to, they usually have concrete answers to that question. But how can one posit that there is no God, or they lack a belief in God, and not know what it would take for them to be convinced? That, to me, I agree with Matt Slick. That makes convincing them. That rules out anything shy of standing before God on the day of judgment and burning in an eternal fire, which serves by necessity as an ever-present reminder of the power and awesomeness of God. There's nothing to me that would convince them except a damnation, an eternal damnation in that fire, because the fire, it would be an ever-present, as I said, reminder of God's judgment. No, I'm not looking, and I'm not wanting DILIHUNTY to be damned. I'm just saying, nothing in this natural world would satisfy such a state of heart, such a condition. But think about some of the things DILIHUNTY said. DILIHUNTY said when was it Matt Slick or Bible Thumping Wingnut said to him, well, would you believe if Jesus stood in front of you saying that he was God, and Bible Thumping Wingnut posed to DILIHUNTY, he said, it's just Jesus standing before you saying that he's God, raise people from the dead right in front of you, people that you yourself, DILIHUNTY, knew to be dead, would you believe that he's God? Would that prove to you that he is God? DILIHUNTY, you know what he said? No. That just proved to me that he was a man that could raise the dead. I think Matt Slick is the one who went back to the example of parting the Red Sea. DILIHUNTY said no, that would not prove that he parted the Red Sea, or that would not prove that was caused by God. It would just prove that the Red Sea is parted. And I'm thinking to myself, this is absurd and ridiculous, because, first of all, think about the claims that are made by or about the God of the Bible, that he created the heavens and the earth. So that is also to say that he created all the natural world. As creator of the natural world, he would also be the author of all the natural laws that the material world adheres to. So we see a person parting the Red Sea, and I've never seen any natural phenomena that takes a large body of water and part. Let's understand what parts mean. We're not talking about the tide receding the water down to nothing, or practically nothing, shallow, where you can walk across. It said walk across on dry land. This is a deep body of water, parts it down the middle. So clearly the water has split, and they're standing either back or standing up on end, elsewise normal, except in this particular spot. big enough for the group of the tribe of Israel to walk through. That cannot be done unless the one who put the water here, the one who first ordained it, did it. If someone raises the dead back to life, I mean, not someone who just died or took their life, not resuscitating them with technology, but rather by either laying on hands or the command of their mouth. And someone who has been dead for a little while, enough to clearly establish that they're dead, not just like some of those episodes where a person is virtually paralyzed so much to the point that they have little, if any, detectable heartbeat, so they are pronounced dead and presumed dead. No, I mean absolute dead. But someone speaks to them and they raise up suddenly, back filled with all the faculties of animation. The claim of the Bible is that He is the God of life and the God of death. So if a person is able to do these things by the command, that's the evidence that they are very God. Honey, what are you talking? But you backed yourself into a corner. I pray that the Spirit of God convicts you to your heart and breaks you down in whatever way it takes for you to confess Jesus Christ as the Son of the living God, the Christ come in the flesh, and receive Him as your salvation, as you shun the handcuffs and shackles of Satan that are known as sin and unbelief, so that you won't have to experience the ultimate proof of God's existence, and that's standing before Him in guilty in the day of judgment. For at that point, there is no turning around. There is no more talk. No more there is no I'm sorry's accepted. There will be no giving of another chance to the begging. If you know the word of the Lord, pray for the salvation of Matt DILIHUNTY. Pray for the divine enlightenment for Christ to shine His light by the Spirit of God in DILIHUNTY's heart. Pray that God would circumvent DILIHUNTY's pride, and by the light of God force out all the lies of Satan. Pray, if you know the Lord, believers, pray that God would press upon DILIHUNTY's mind and heart so much to the extent where the Spirit is convincing, is so deep that it's heavier than all the reasonings and rationales that his mind can configure, that he might be saved by the power of God of the cross of Jesus Christ.